Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Wednesday, October 19th. We have all you need to know about a change in plans for a state college medical facility, as well as details on several Center County community engagement discussions.
We also have more on changes in election policies in Pennsylvania, along with entertainment, sports, and weather. Stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Zachary O'Brien.
And I'm Madeline Zarkoski.
A major healthcare system in State College has requested to withdraw plans for its newly proposed primary care clinic in College Township. Geisinger Health System wrote a letter to the township in September, explaining how the health system has elected to postpone the project due to the hardships of the site. During a council meeting earlier this month, Geisinger said it was focusing on the many more projects that the company has in place. The project looks to be on temporary hold as they continue to look into the technical issues within the new property. County records revealed Geisinger has owned the property where the new building was planned since 1994.
College Township is holding an open house for their pedestrian facilities master plan. Their mission is to have a walkable College Township, with their plan aiming to build on the sidewalk master plan and center region bike plan. The public is invited to view the plan and learn about the strategies at the open house. Community members can share their thoughts and goals for the plan, and the College Township Council will consider ordinance revisions based on the public's feedback. To date, the township has received 400 public comments. The open house is Thursday, October 27th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the State College Municipal Building.
State College is partnering with a local restorative justice organization to host a conversation series this fall. The discussions will examine the intersection of policing and race. The series' inaugural discussion is set for 7 to 9 p.m. next Tuesday, October 25th at the State Theater in downtown State College. A breakout session will follow on Thursday, October 27th from 6 to 8 p.m. Those who cannot attend in person can watch and participate virtually. There are no tickets for this event, but guests are highly encouraged to fill out a registration survey online. More information about the series can be found at their website at statecollegepa.civilspace.io.
The Wolf administration declared undated mail-in ballots will be valid in November's midterm election. Earlier this week, the Supreme Court voided a lower court decision that previously allowed undated mail-in ballots to be counted in Pennsylvania. The ruling is now a subject of debate, and election attorneys are divided. Many Republican officials argue that undated mail-in ballots do not comply with State College and should not be counted. Other Democrat officials counter that the technical violation should not disqualify the vote. Some Pennsylvania counties have taken the disagreement into their own hands and plan to set aside undated mail-in ballots until the dispute is resolved closer to the November election. With Penn State's homecoming and whiteout game just 3 days away, what weather can we expect at Beaver Stadium? Connor Friedhoff with Penn State's Campus Weather Service has more details in this week's weather report. Take a look.
From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good evening. I'm Penn State Campus Weather Service meteorologist Connor Friedhoff here with the PSN News forecast. We've had a chilly stretch the last few days. 41 degrees here in State College. We take a look at Beaver Stadium. Very cloudy, very cloudy. We do have some showers in the region. We've had some off and on showers throughout the day, pretty much just little lines moving through and dropping a little bit of rain, a little bit of a brief break, and then more rain again. But this wind, 10 miles per hour out of the west-southwest, bringing that feels like temperature down to 35 degrees. So if you think the wind has some bite in it, that's why it has those winds coming out at a fairly decent speed as well. It's that chill that's been going on for the last few days, but it's going to take a brief break after tomorrow. We have a pleasant weekend on the way, especially for the homecoming and whiteout festivities here in State College. And our next weather maker is on the doorstep, possibly Sunday into Monday. We could be seeing some showers here and there. We'll get into that in just a moment. But the story for today, everything west of the Susquehanna have been seeing pretty much 40s and 30s. Johnstown sitting at 35 right now, so they're really feeling the chill. But over there in the Susquehanna Valley, you can take a look. 44 Williamsport, 47 Selinsgrove, 50 in Harrisburg. This 50 has been hard to come by today in the Commonwealth, but you have to go all the way over towards the New Jersey border to get it. Like I said, in the west, mainly 30s and 40s, pretty chilly. A lot of wind coming off the lake up in Erie. But the radar just show you what is pretty much been going on the last couple of hours, just little rounds of rainfall. Nothing persistent, nothing in terms of a high amount of accumulation. But take a look at some of these pinks and blues here. Hitting the higher elevations is where you're going to see the wintry mix as well as some snow possibly, especially if you're in parts of the Allegheny Plateau or even on the Laurel Ridge is where you're most likely going to see those snow showers or even wintry mix, mainly higher elevations. Recapping what's been going on, we've seen just mainly some rounds of precipitation, especially in the west, but there were some snow showers that moved in fairly quickly, changing over from rain to snow and making its way across the Pittsburgh metro area, the Lower Highlands, and into the central region is where we saw some of those first flakes. We saw the first flakes definitely in the western portions of the state, but then more in the central region today is where we saw those first flakes. So fairly early this time of year, mid-October, to see snow for the first time. Nothing too much in terms of accumulation. Higher elevations may have saw a coating throughout the day. But moving on, we see these temperatures sitting in the 30s, and as we go through Wednesday evening, they start to dip down even more below that. Just some snow showers moving through the region up in the northern tiers where they have to worry about that. Tonight, there is a freeze warning in effect for portions of the western portions of the state as well as the southern portions. Not currently for Center, Clearfield County, anything in near our studio. But for much of the state, western and southern is where we're going to see the most likelihood of a freeze. See those temperatures dip down below 32, Pittsburgh, Johnstown, Franklin, and over in Allentown too. We're seeing those temperatures sort of take a dive. As we go into Thursday, we do see a bit of a warm up, looking like 50 is going to be a little bit more realistic tomorrow in the central region and even in some parts of the western part of the state. Of course, Philadelphia looks like it's going to be making a run for 60 degrees. Now, as I said before, our next weather maker is on the doorstep. We have to keep in mind we could see some showers in the northwestern portion of the region on Thursday. Mainly that low in Ontario is making its way out, going up the St. Lawrence Seaway. So there could be some showers over there. So plan ahead for that if you're in the northwestern part of the state near Erie. As we move through Friday and into Saturday, not much in terms of clouds, looking like a clear day for the whiteout game as well as the thick of the whiteout or the homecoming festivities, excuse me. But then Sunday is where we have to start worrying about snow. We have another low pressure system around in the Outer Banks region in Virginia Beach. It's making its way up and it's going to bring some showers to the eastern portions of the state, possibly the central region. The western part of the state so far seems to be free of any kind of rain threat this weekend. Tonight in State College, these rounds of showers are going to continue, and the wind is most likely going to bring that wind chill below 32 degrees. So it's going to have that bite once again. Make sure you have a jacket, bundle up appropriately if you're going to be outside or if you're just walking home. And tomorrow, we see a brief warm-up, a little bit of respite from this cold spell, but we're only expected to get up to 50. And that in those wind gusts, 20 miles per hour in some spots is going to keep that bite in the air very much present and very much having effect on people either going to work, coming back from work, or going for a lunch commute. You're going to feel it if you're outside tomorrow. 7-day forecast, that one more day of some chilly temperatures, and then we get into 6 consecutive days of 60-degree plus weather, mid to upper 60s, and starting next week, we're looking a lot nicer, feeling more like October and a little less like November. Whiteout and homecoming weekend looks great. Sunny and pleasant conditions on Saturday. Wednesday is where we start to see a more bona fide rain threat in State College. Of course, though, Monday and Sunday night, Philadelphia and the eastern portions of the state, keep an eye out for some showers. From the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm Connor Freidoff, wishing you a wonderful evening.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Morgan Bull with your sports update. Penn State women's soccer defeated Michigan on Sunday 3-0 at Jeffrey Field. The blue and white dominated the field and outshot the Wolverines 19-8. Not only did the Nittany Lions win another conference match, but redshirt senior Allie Schlegel recorded her 100th career point. Schlegel scored 2 out of the 3 goals against Michigan. Her first goal was scored just 6 minutes into the match. She notched her 100th career point in the 52nd minute. The Nittany Lions are looking to continue their 3-game winning streak as they are headed to the end of their season. They are getting ready to face another Big Ten matchup tomorrow against Nebraska. Penn State field hockey reached its 13th win of the season against Kent State on Sunday, improving its winning streak to 5 games. The Nittany Lions defeated Kent State 3-0 by outshooting them 27-7 by the end of the match. Junior Sophia Gladio scored 2 out of the 3 goals for Penn State. The Blue and White only lost 2 games this season, one of them being a conference match against Northwestern after going into overtime. Penn State is getting ready to finish its regular season with just 2 more games left before they head into the 2022 Big Ten Field Hockey Tournament. The Eagles remain undefeated after coming out with another victory on Sunday. The Philadelphia-based team defeated the Dallas Cowboys 26-17. Quarterback Jalen Hurts threw for 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. Miles Sanders, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Smith also scored touchdowns in Sunday's matchup. For the Cowboys, Ezekiel Elliott and Jake Ferguson scored touchdowns, but it was not enough to put them in the lead. The Eagles remain at a record of 6-0. Meanwhile, the Cowboys are now at 4-2. Looking forward, the Cowboys are playing the Detroit Lions this Sunday, and the Eagles are matched up against the Steelers Sunday the 30th. That's all for your sports update. After the break, Mariana Danelli has the latest updates from the entertainment world. Stay tuned.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need
Oh!
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer, 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Mariana Danelli with your entertainment update. Halloween Fest continues this week at the Harner Farm in Center County. This upcoming Thursday, October 20th, the farm is hosting a haunted flashlight maze in partnership with the Penn State Office of Student Disabilities for Speech and Hearing. The $10 ticket fee will go towards the American Society for Deaf Children. Guests must bring their own flashlight and enter the maze by 9 p.m. to participate. Other activities include apple picking and a pumpkin patch from 7 to 10 p.m. Those who stop by can support a good cause while enjoying a variety of sweet treats, hot cocoa, and a night of fun. The Bryce Jordan Center just announced this past Monday that it will host the Rock and Roll Hall of Famers on Friday, March 23rd, 2023. Journey, who was inducted into the Rock Hall of Fame in 2017, will bring its Freedom Tour to State College alongside Toto, known for their most popular song, Africa. This tour will also celebrate Journey's 50th anniversary celebration. Tickets will go on sale this Friday, October 21st at 10 a.m. on Ticketmaster.com, with prices ranging from $35 to $150. For more information about Journey's upcoming concert, visit the Bryce Jordan Center website. Back on campus, the School of Theater recently put on the Greek play Metamorphosis, their first main stage play of the academic year. Field reporter Shannon Tanzos has all the details. Take a look.
I'm outside of the Pavilion Theater where from October 4th through the 15th, the play Metamorphoses ran. This is the School of Theater's first main stage show of the school year. Featuring the tales of Midas, Aphrodite, Orpheus, and more, Metamorphoses shows the timeless themes of love, loss, and transformation. By teaming up with the College of Engineering, the play was actually able to be set in an indoor pool. Directed by Mary Zimmerman, the Tony Award-winning play Metamorphoses was brought to Penn State Center Stage for the first 2 weeks of October. The actors of the show and director Sam Osheroff shared more on their experience.
It's taught me how many different ways there are to tell a story. We use movement, set, lights, and dialogue all to their fullest extent. And I think that the story itself wouldn't be fully told without one of those aspects.
My favorite part of being in this show has definitely been the cast that we've got to work with. Everyone has been so excited and willing to jump right in and do all of the hard work, which is super exciting. And when you put it in water, it's like a bonding experience for everybody. We've all grown together and it's been really fun.
Working with the water was definitely an adjustment. It wasn't so much of an adjustment, but yeah, there's little slips here and there. The main adjustment would be just like the coldness, the costume changes, being wet and trying to put on a whole nother costume. It's kind of weird. Like it's harder, it's long, it takes longer.
Okay, so everybody talked about the water, right? The pool takes place in a pool of water. Why? Because what is more changeable than water, right? So the show is about things changing, physical changing. So that main visual metaphor is the water. And it's also interesting in that it's a series of stories. It's Greek mythology, so it's not one big long story. It's a series of different stories that each have their own sort of tale behind them, their own purpose, their own tone.
For PSN News, I'm Shannon Tanzo.
The visually stunning performance certainly set the tone for Center Stage Productions for the rest of this school year. The 7 members of the K-pop band BTS will be taking a break from making music to serve their mandatory military duties under South Korean law. This announcement ended months of speculation and debate about whether they should be granted an exception to the law because of their artistic accomplishments. All members will be taking a break from their music, but have confirmed they will be returning. They each have made plans to make individual appearances in 2023. The band stated that they are looking forward to coming back together as a group again around 2025 following their service commitment. No further information on their timing of their service has been released. That's all for your entertainment update. After the break, interview anchor Joseph Dorman will be speaking with Mason Coma, the founder of Cedar State. Stay tuned.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I've just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia? Let's do it. What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
So good to see you guys. So what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Oh,
Was it good?
oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Hello and welcome back to PSN News. I'm Joseph Dorman. Alongside me tonight is Penn State student and social media influencer Mason Coma. Mason, thanks for coming in tonight.
I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
Happy to talk about the videos, and just hit me with any questions you got.
Sure
We're answering
thing.
them.
Yeah. So what exactly is the brand that you've created?
So what I created is something I did not expect to be what it is today. I made like freshman year. It's spring. What do? I just make an Instagram account. I did something similar in high school, so I'm not like totally new for me, but I made an account, started posting fun videos. If that's an interview, if that's a prank, if that's like people jump around in some house basement. I mean, like regardless, and over time, people started following. It's relatable to the community. I think that's why. And today it's Cedar State. Today it's almost 10% of the student body following, and I couldn't be happier.
Mm-hmm. So you started posting on social media in your high school days, and then freshman year here at Penn State, you started to sort of get into it. When did you start focusing that into Cedar State?
That's the thing. So I did in high school. It was a passion for me. I was making probably 5 videos a week in high school, and I loved it. You know, I was debating doing it in college, regardless. So I come to Penn State, Army ROTC, industrial engineering. I thought that's all I could do, and I went through all fall semester, kind of just going through the motions, doing class, you know, dining hall, ROTC. You know how it is, and I really feel like I was too connected to the school and doing anything more than I needed to be normally as a normal kid. So I come back over winter break, and like the whole kind of mindset change. I became more outgoing. I'm like, let's just do stuff. Like there's stuff to film. I just have to find the stuff to film.
Right.
And so I started doing these videos just for fun, just with my friends. Like it didn't really go outside of my social schedule. I just bring my camera wherever I was going, make sure I get a little clips here and there, and boom, next thing you know, I put them together and people like it. I love it. I just have fun with it.
Yeah. So you just have fun with it. So what specifically inspired you to make a brand that was specifically surrounded by going here to Penn State, sort of the social life, things like that?
Because I mean, like you hate to say it, but there's a couple. You know, obviously we have PSU Barstool. It's a big social media ran by Barstool. But again, it's like it's everywhere. You know, there's a whole team that runs it. There's all this. It's like a meme account. You have Barstool. You have Six Pack PSU. You have like Red Cup PSU. You have all these different accounts everywhere. They're ran by a team. They're commercial. They're doing ads. They're trying to sell you their shirt. Like I made an account. Like Cedar State, the name really doesn't matter. It's not about that. It's just about the content I post. It's about the community. It's about the people in the videos.
It's about
I'm doing it with my friends. And like the end of the day, like not only do I make these videos like for the account for people to see, I'll have it down the road. And the coolest thing I know is like people that don't like it's good exposure. Like each of these videos, sometimes I'm getting like 2,000 shares on these vids on Instagram, like thousands of views, and just people recognizing me from that. And appreciation been through the roof. I never ever said anyone like they don't like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I never tag myself in a video to this day. We might change this, but I never tag myself in a video. So it's kind of like a little mysterious, a little bit like just fun.
So it's more like
it's about the content.
It's more about the content, not about the guy behind the camera.
And that's the whole thing. And the content is always Penn State related because I'm at Penn State.
Yeah.
So like, you know, this is what it is.
And I think it's impressive to show off like what's going on here at Penn State, right?
Yeah, it's just me and the boys. We're in the apartment. We're like, dude, what do we want to film tonight? Like, what are we doing? Like, all right, let's go interviews, ask people what the best bar is or something like this. And like, perfect. You know, we do it. And we're just like, all right, perfect. We got out the camera, ask people questions, take turn on the mic, boom, that's it. And it's fun. And that's gives me more of a purpose than just like going out on a normal night. You know what I mean? Like, because that's my whole thing at Penn State. Not just in general. Like if you don't know what to do, like I'm talking to everyone here, like if you don't know what to do, like get involved, and you don't need to join something to be involved. Like I created something to make myself involved. Like that's the biggest thing I want to like that I take away from Cedar State, because it opened up so much opportunities where I couldn't like imagine where I am now. You know, like next thing you know, the Nittany Lion is asking me to be his videographer. Next thing you know, I'm filming for the cheerleaders. I'm making like rush videos for Kappa Delta, Kappa Kappa Gamma, Theta, doing Greek life videos, flying drone shots for this, that. Like it's been amazing, and it's literally just because I do something for fun.
Right.
Engineering major, ROTC, like not really what you would expect, where I would expect to be at this point.
Right. So getting into that, your major and sort of your studies.
Absolutely.
How has running this account sort of affected your life, not only as a student but as an individual?
Yeah, as an individual, like I was saying, the whole like purpose thing, it gave me like I feel more connected to the university than ever because I have that purpose of just doing everyone the favor of documenting what college life is like.
Exactly.
And like
Yeah.
I like to I honestly like I edit. Like I'm not calling myself the best editor. I am not. I'm just good at having stuff happen in front of the camera. That's really it. And how it affected me as a person is it made me more outgoing because it's something I could add value to any conversation with. Because if you're involved with anything, I'd be like, yeah, I do videos. You need a video for that?
Yeah.
Like it's easy and it opened up a lot of
easy to
avenues
connect
to go about.
Right.
But like honestly, like coming here, like I don't know where you're coming from, but my uncle, he's the reason why I did industrial engineering, why I did ROTC, and he did videos on the side as well. Like I think it's a good attribute to have. It's like it's not something I want to be all about. I don't want to be the video guy. I want to be the guy that happens to do videos as well.
Right.
Like that's where I found myself now.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what makes Cedar State sort of different from, your Barstools and your other social media accounts that surround themselves with the college experience? And like, what is the message that you're trying to spread that's different from these other social media platforms?
Yeah, like again, like I wouldn't really say I'm not really like when people follow Cedar State, I would hope so. They're not feeling like they have to push to do anything or do this, do that. I'm not partnered with anybody. Like Cedar State, so I have my old freelance videography business where I do my videos. And the business I get from that is through Cedar State. I didn't have to ask for a video project or like reach out to anybody for 2 years because that's like my form of advertising. And like it's the best form of advertising because I'm not telling people to do anything. I'm not trying to sell people merch. I'm not posting like 10 times a day and flooding everyone's feed. I'm posting maybe once every 2 weeks, and like I want to make sure I'm not wasting your time with a bad video. I'm like I value that kind of stuff because I believe I should never put out what I don't want to see myself. Like I shouldn't sell something that I wouldn't buy myself. And I see a lot of people, content creators, other accounts that kind of represent this kind of thing that are always just trying to push out the next thing. They're in it for the money. It feels commercial. There's a big team flooding content. It's like, I'm not about all that. Like shop small, Cedar State, shop small, I guess. Right. And like, it's very small. It's literally just me that runs it with my friends. And I say with my friends, like I usually edit the videos, but my friends, it's not just me. It's like, they help me out. Anybody in a Cedar State video is part of Cedar State. I like to involve as many people as possible. Yeah. So I say it's just me because I created it freshman year and like I usually edit the videos, but hey, it's everyone that's with me. And like everyone that even gives me an idea is part of Cedar State.
Right. So
a ton of people.
So who runs Cedar State? It's you, your friends. But with the large amounts of success that you've had, what kind of connections have you been making through Cedar State and here at Penn State?
So like I said, like I really didn't have to reach out because I'm a freelance videographer, but I just kind of became of that because I started the social media account. People just reaching out to me, people. And the whole thing is too, like I just started my own family business. That we have a banana pepper sauce, alumni owned, my grandma's recipe. And next thing you know, I'm just selling it to the stores like McCallahan's, and we got it at the cheese shop downtown. And it's just like easy because I have the social media brand and be like, I could post my story and advertise their business. If you sell this, all the kind of stuff. It's just like it opens up a new thing to talk about, adds value to conversation and all that, which I love.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah. So lastly here, what's next for you? What's next for Cedar State? How do you plan to capitalize on your success?
Dude, what is next? Because that's what I've been debating. Because like everyone asks me, like, what does Cedar State mean? What does Cedar State mean? I don't know. I do not know what it means. I made it like just because I needed a name. I don't think name's that important. I think it's more about the content, like I was telling you before. But like in the future, I want to make it more relatable, more personality on the account rather than just like fast-paced party videos. And the whole thing is I start want to get honestly a little bit more of my friend's personality on there, more dialogue, and maybe start tagging more people with the post. Because for the longest time I've just been posting videos, no tags, like who runs it kind of thing. A little bit mysterious. Obviously, we're on the news right now talking about it. But like regardless, it's always been like a kind of not really secretive, like, but at the same time, I think I want to go branch out with it more.
You want to start like
a little bit more content,
right?
Making it more personal, make it more relatable to the viewer, Penn State viewer.
Giving a face to the account.
Exactly, but not just my face, everyone's face.
Exactly.
I like the whole fact of dialogue.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. Thanks for coming in tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. That was fun.
Next up, Zachary and Madeline will bring us the latest news from across the nation. We'll be right back.
Automatic.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised.
Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia? Let's do it. What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%.
That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
So good to see you guys. So what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Police in Stockton, California said Saturday they have arrested a serial killer. Wesley Brownlee was arrested after he was suspected of killing 6 people in a string of murders. Stockton Police Chief Stanley McFadden said authorities received tips about the 43-year-old and stopped him while he was driving in the city in the early hours of Saturday morning. The shootings started last year and have continued into the September. Authorities said they have been linked by forensic ballistics evidence. The county district attorney's office said Brownlee appeared in court yesterday.
The Parkland shooter's soon-to-be life sentence may bring changes to the state's death penalty law. Nicholas Cruz murdered 17 people at Stoneman Douglas High School in 2018 and has avoided the death penalty. Until 2016, Florida law allowed judges to declare a life sentence if a majority of the jurors agreed. A 9-3 vote on Thursday supported Cruz's execution, which would have likely sent him to death row. But now, a vote of anything less than 12-0 is an automatic life sentence without parole. This is a standard that victims' families and the head of the state's Prosecutors Association want changed. Judge Elizabeth Scherer is expected to formally sentence Cruz on November 1st. Under Florida law, the judge cannot depart from the jury's recommendation of life in prison. Victims and family members can speak before the sentence is delivered.
Schools across our nation continue to be understaffed. The National Center for Education Statistics stated more than half of all public schools in the country reported that they were understaffed at the start of the 2022-2023 school year. 69% reported that too few teacher candidates applying for open positions was the primary challenge. NCES Commissioner Peggy Carr said the majority of public schools started the school year feeling understaffed, particularly in areas like special education, transportation, and mental health. Carr, along with the National Education Center and the Department of Education, hope that more people continue to apply for these teacher positions. They hope to fill these vacancies and continue to teach the children of our communities.
Student loan applications will open on Friday in a beta period. The Biden administration is opening this process, allowing applicants to begin signing up before the website's formally unveiled later this month. President Joe Biden announced his decision in August to cancel up to $10,000 in student loan debt for people making less than $125,000 a year, and up to $20,000 for those who are Pell Grant recipients. Anyone who applies for debt relief in the beta period will receive a confirmation email, but will not be processed until the site formally launches. Once processing begins, most who qualify will receive debt relief within weeks. Individuals must have federally held student loans to qualify. The site's formal launch date is expected to be released before the end of October. That concludes our show tonight at PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.